Hello. Welcome to SJ from the Heart. Today I'd like to talk about riding the trust train. What is a trust train, you might be wondering? Well, it's what I've decided to call this next phase of my life. And I think it's actually going to be the entire rest of the phase of my life until I leave this body. I am going to be, and I am, riding the trust train. What does that mean? Well, it's kind of obvious. I trust. I trust completely. Who and what do I trust? I trust God or the divine. There's so many different words to describe this supreme power. And I trust it completely. I trust it for my health, for my well-being, for my finances, for my survival, everything. And this came to me recently when I realized it was time to leave my other life behind. And it's not that that life was bad or wrong. It was just finished. And I changed. I changed inside. And I found that if I were to continue living as I were and where I was, even though it was and still is extraordinarily beautiful, I realized when I sat with it and thought about it, it would be like going into a little box. And I've learned that anytime anything feels like it's constricting around my throat, that's a pretty darn good sign that that's not the best choice for me right then. But the thought of going out into the unknown, where I know no one, and it's exciting. And I realize this isn't for everyone, but it's the way that God made me. If you were to ask my family, there are stories that start about me, stories about me that start when I was about 2 years old, going off on adventures by myself. And I used to wonder, why are they so concerned? I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. So it's similar and yet it's different because I don't exactly know where I'm going. I'm trusting, hence the trust train. Think about your own life. Think about the times, I don't know, just run through your life. Give it a little reflection. Have you really, really ever lacked for anything? I mean, really? We're taught to complain. We're taught to want exactly that. Well, sometimes if we got exactly that, it really might not have been so great for us. Think about it. You know, it was really a great idea at the time to paint my room bright orange and have fuchsia carpet. But my mom stepped in, and that probably was just as well, because I think I would have gotten sick of it. And I went for a more moderate blue, even though it was shag at the time, so it was still kind of wild. But my point is, whatever we need in any given moment is always there. And if you find that what you think you need isn't there, well, maybe you didn't really need it. That's what I've learned. So I'm going to be riding on this trust train for the next phase of my life, and I think it's going to carry me all the way until I leave this body. I am planning on trusting for the rest of my life. So think about it. In what way you can trust, where maybe you're not trusting so much right now. And I invite you to ride on this trust train with me. Think about it. Trains have so many cars, right? There's a zillion cars. We used to have fun as kids counting the cars. One time we were at Fort Leavenworth. My dad was in the military reserves, and we got to go camping, and there was this train that went by, and I don't remember right now how many cars, but there were a lot. So that means there can be a lot of you riding on the trust train with me. It's going to look different for you because your life is different than mine. But I promise you, if you can really relax into trusting, I think you're going to be surprised. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. I'm not saying life is going to be chocolates and truffles and whatever it is that you like. But I know it'll be okay. I know it'll really be okay on this trust train. So if you'd like to join me, come along. If you don't want to, no worries, because we're each on our own path. And I realize that it's time for SJ to leave her other life behind, walk out into the unknown, and trust completely. Thank you, and I'll see you again. Aloha.